Actually, I have a question for you guys. Like, I'm sorry if y'all are already closing it up. I agree, and I think that most of like what I'm trying to do this year, actually specifically, is achieve some level of like balance. Because I think that like whenever I'm tired of YouTube, it's mostly just because I don't take like small breaks. I don't need large breaks. I just need to like take a weekend off every once in a while. So what is y'all's schedule, like your preferred rhythm of content where you feel like you're just in that pocket, you're not doing too much, you're not doing too little? Like how much is it for you guys to hit that sweet spot where you feel like rested but also you're like fulfilled?
Mine's gonna be such a different answer because I don't have like a schedule. The shit I do is such a far cry from like what you do, Steven. Mine's like, wow, I just watched this really embarrassing thing from this guy doing some stupid shit on YouTube or whatever. And then I'll joke about it for like 15 minutes of just having fun, and I'm like, that was fun. And that's it. Then I'll go do something else. Like I'll go eat or go to the gym, go to a warehouse to hang out with friends or whatever. And then maybe I'll see something on the way like that's even goofier and be like, all right, I'll do that when I get home. Like my schedule is so flexible because the content I make isn't like the biggest time investment.
Yeah, to be fair though, then you stream for like 8 hours, 12 hours. So
I do that every night.
Time investment.
Yeah, there. your content is your content is very much your existence, where it's just, oh, here's a thing I want to play, here's a thing I found that's funny. It's not really constructed based around concepts. It's more just things that you want to do.
Well, not often, yeah. We do still do that, obviously, but those are a lot more planned, and those are easy to work around if you want.
But it's also not your norm. It's also not your norm. You would never be a YouTuber who goes a month without uploading something because you're working on a giant project.
Right.
Yeah. So Steve, to answer your question, I think I work a bit more typically where you do, where I kind of have something I want to execute and, you know, some idea, or I want to focus on working something and crafting something and then putting it out and then going, okay, I'm done with this, I can move on. I guess the schedule I adhere to is it's in bursts. Like I will work weeks straight and then 3-4 days straight just not want to do anything.
Yeah.
And it goes with motivation, and my biggest rule that I always assign to myself is I never force it. So if I'm sitting down to work on something and I go, I have to do this. Oh, I don't feel like it. I'm fucking tired. I'm kind of bored with this. I'm just staring at it and it's autopiloting. I don't ever do that. So in the beginning, I used to have a terrible problem with that. It was like, oh, fuck, I have to make videos. I have to get big. I have to do all this shit. I can't stop. I have to do it. And I realized that when you're motivated and really working, or when you're just autopiloting and just going through the motions, it usually gets done at about the same time. Because when you're really invested and motivated and having fun, it gets done a lot quicker and it flows a lot more naturally. So my schedule is, you know, I just kind of make it my normal thing. But as soon as that inkling of just, this is whatever, not working, I just pause. And whenever I naturally feel like going back to it, I don't rush it, you know.
That seems healthy. Yeah, that seems like the right move. I need to figure out how to do that. That's like my big goal for this year. Is I just always inevitably go from like, you know, I have a great rhythm of like, I go to the gym, I go like play some music, and then I go work for like 8 hours, and I'll do that for like a couple months, but then something will happen, or I'll get some idea for some big investigation, and then my life becomes like 100 hours a week of just grinding. Every habit goes out the window. I haven't done my laundry in like 2 weeks. And then like, I'm it's just like sweaty grind mode. And that's always when I feel like, oh man, I should have just taken like 5 extra days to do this project and then actually lived a regular life, because that's way more sustainable than the way I do it. So I guess I just have to be more active about like thinking about it that way.
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing either, though. When you find something so enticing and so passionate that it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to wake up, work on this, and then go to bed. That's it. That's my whole day. A tip that I have found that helps me a lot to keep that in perspective is once you drop something like that, once you're finally done, just completely walk away for a while. Like, don't stare at comments. Don't stare at numbers. Don't keep like tweaking it after it's finished. Just let it go. Go outside. Go on a trip. Go do something. Distract yourself so you can finally say, I'm done. I'm chopping that block off. I'm going back to being a normal human being and taking a breath.
It's kind of hard in his situation, though, when there's a lot of responses that come from his investigations and, you know, follow-ups and such, I imagine.
That's what I was going to say. With the Logan Paul stuff, I was, like, planning to take, like, a week off. Then this, like, billionaire person contacts me, and so then, like, that week gets ruined. And then the next week, like, Logan responds, so that week gets ruined. And then I'm, like, going to respond, and then he calls me, and he, like, apologizes, so then that response gets ruined. So now I'm, like, just, like, I've basically been in waiting mode for, like, 3 weeks while also not being able to actually relax.
Right.
So, like, there is this weird thing. Well, until now. Today and the last couple of days I've been actually trying to, like, legit, like, check out.
Right. Well, the thing is, you're only human. You know, you can't operate on this like a machine. You can't just do this 24/7, always go mode 100%. And you're luckily in a position where your content and quality is very, very good. So you have an audience that I think, no matter how long you take on something, will watch it. I know you like to be kind of topical and going around with what's going around, and you're also very good at that, but I don't think your audience is ever going to mind if you say, hey guys, I'm going to take an extra week to crank this out because I really want to put everything in it, you know? So you kind of got to just keep that in perspective in the back of your head. This whole business we're in, all of us from top to bottom, is very, very constant, 24/7 competitive, right? It's just nonstop, always go, always someone doing what you're not doing. But it's okay to realize and take a breath and say, no, I do have an audience that wants me specifically. So I'm going to make sure that I give them what I am proud of rather than just what they're expecting and waiting for. Okay.
Good answer. I'm applauding. Yeah, that's great. I actually thank you for the advice. That's actually really, really good advice.
Of course.
And yeah, I think I needed to hear it. So yeah, appreciate it.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Comes with the turf.
Well, that was a fun little intervention for coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're killing yourself, CoffeeZilla.
You need to slow down a bit.
Take it easy.